Guys, good evening. It's good of you to join me live on YouTube. I have just come from Telegram. I always start my streams on Telegram, and as you can see, I've posted the times there for you and how to join the Telegram broadcast. It's at t.me/CheapSkateStreamer, and that is every Sunday at 9:30 p.m. Monday 9:30 p.m. and then Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday we have two broadcasts, one at 6 a.m. and another at 9:30. Friday is just the morning at 6 a.m. for half an hour. And then I have the weekend off until Sunday night again at 9:30. It is great to be here. I don't think there's many people who have discovered the channel so far just as yet. So if you do know anyone who's interested or maybe interested, perhaps give them a nudge and let them know about the fact that this is here. Yeah, so what I wanted to do, first of all, I just want to, as well as drawing your attention to the Telegram channel, I just want to put up the link tree, because that's where my other social media websites are easily accessed. So if you go to linktr.ee/CheapSkateStreamer, you will be able to access my content there for Facebook, YouTube, X, Kick, Telegram, DLive, Twitch, and you can also buy me a coffee if you would like. So all those little things take a little bit of time to set up, and I think those are all very useful in their own way. My aim to a certain extent is to cover all different social media sites, and I suppose to link between them, the idea perhaps being that in the event that we do come up against some kind of censorship, all will not be lost. Even if we lose one of these platforms, we will still have the others that we can fall back on. So, guys, I had actually just mentioned UK column when I was on Telegram just now. Basically, UK column is one of the alternative media sites that I like to use to get my my news, and I find it a pretty good alternative source, I have to say. And one of the other sources I like to go to is the Light paper. So that's thelightpaper.co.uk. As you can see, currently the Light is on issue 38 for October, and no doubt there'll probably be another one coming soon. But you can go to the website and you can actually look back and see the previous issues, and you can choose to read those at your leisure. Oh, I see they also have a little bit of merch there as well. I wasn't aware of that. So yeah, I'm not going to open this, and I'm not going to go through any of the stories in detail here just right now, bearing in mind that this is YouTube, and a degree of what is presented in the Light may fall foul of the terms and conditions on YouTube. So with that in mind, I'm going to give that a miss. It is a pity that that YouTube is as awkward as what they are, for want of a better expression. That's perhaps not the right expression, but it is a pity that that broadcasters have to be so mindful of making sure that they do not or cannot be said to be promoting anything other than what is the accepted version of the truth, the basically the mainstream narrative. If you step outside of that, with very limited exceptions, you can find that you have problems with your account. So just I'm just bearing that in mind. So I've got a little clip here. I just want to throw this on. This is from a channel called Street Reporters. It's on Telegram, and it is quite vibrant, rather innovative, I suppose, in a way, and I hope you enjoy it. I'll be back to discuss it in a few seconds after it plays. Okay, so going by the information there, this seems to have been in Minneapolis, and essentially Native Americans were at the head of a protest march in support of the Palestinian people, and the little comment below says that they know in their flesh what it means to lose your territory, and I can't see that as being anything other than fair comment, quite frankly. But it was well, I personally find it interesting to see their how they're dressed, and hear their sound and whatnot as well. Here's a little question that, or not so much a question, but a challenge for people. When I saw this, I thought, you know what, that's very true. They say, when the truth comes out, don't ask how I knew, ask yourself why you didn't. And that one makes me think about the fact that people just have a tendency to go along with things. They don't tend to question the narrative, and in a lot of areas in life, questioning the narrative is seen as something bad. It's not seen as the right thing to do, when in fact, often as not, questioning the narrative is absolutely the right thing to do, if only to ensure that the decisions that someone has taken on behalf of somebody else are indeed in that person's best interests. Guys, this next little image, I'll just throw it up there. As you can see, it is basically using a clip from The Matrix, I suppose. Is that a meme? So, what does the caption say? Once you wake up, you don't see politics, entertainment, or celebrities anymore. Basically, all those people, politicians, entertainers, and celebrities, are simply people that appear on TV, really, aren't they? But yeah, as it says underneath there, you just see liars, thieves, cheats, actors, narcissists, tyrants, fools, psyops, puppets, controlled opposition, and satanic rituals. To be honest, I can understand why all those labels and I can understand why all that has been listed. And I suppose I could say that some of those labels could apply to more. Some people could have more than one or two of those labels applied to them. In fact, I would say probably quite a few politicians, entertainers, or celebrities could find those labels attached to them. At the same time, once you start talking about things like satanic rituals, it's difficult. It's difficult in as much as it's not the sort of thing that we generally like to talk about. Don't get me wrong. I'm not pretending that they do not happen. I know that they absolutely do. But it is a thing that is very difficult for people to get their heads around. But anyway, just as I say, just a quick reminder that not everything is always as it appears to be. Okay, this next little clip, I'll explain after I play it. Have a watch and see if you can figure out what you think is happening in this. Okay, so you've probably figured out from the markings on the plane, if not from the markings on the uniforms, that that's a Russian plane. It is actually being loaded up with humanitarian supplies to be delivered to the Gaza Strip. I honestly don't actually know if other countries are doing likewise, or if it is pretty much confined to just the Russians. But certainly it seems as though, I think the caption with that actually said that there's two planes that are currently on their way with humanitarian supplies. Of course, it will depend on them being able to get those to the people that need it. I'm probably not going to show the video that I'm just thinking on, but I watched a video earlier this evening of a doctor who works in a hospital in Gaza, and he had just found out that I think it was his wife, his mother, and his children, or at least some of his children, had died in, I presume, in bombardments. and you could see him leaning over a body that was I can't describe it as anything other than kind of wrapped up in a shroud. But it's one of those things as a medical person, to see the effect of war and how it just completely goes against everything that medical people stand for. Must be so frustrating, so hard to take, and yet this man, obviously heartbroken, nevertheless he kept his composure pretty much. He bent down over the body. He was I suppose saying goodbye, giving his farewells, and there was no shouting, nothing that that could be perceived as anything other than grief, and it was rather difficult to watch, I have to say. Guys, just on a lighter note, have a little look at this race. And tell me who you think won the race. Well, there we go. I don't think we could fairly award the medal to the human in that particular race. It was clearly a cat's race by quite some distance. And yeah, it's nice to have some levity in amongst a lot of more difficult commentary. Right, this next one, again, have a watch, and I'll have a couple of words to say about it just afterwards.
Most hated people on planet Earth right now are politicians and the media. They're trying to divide us. They're lying to us. Everybody's catching on and everybody's starting to get it now, right? We didn't get it 2.5, 3 years ago. Everybody's starting to get it now. I don't give a shit what the media does. I don't care what they do, what they say. They don't matter to me. They're not as powerful and they're not as influential as they think they are.
There we go. So if you were in any doubt about who people look up to or who they admire, it's certainly not the media or politicians at the present time. Guys, just another little funny for you. I can remember way back standing in the park as someone who was unvaccinated. I had determined that for my own personal situation, I felt the risk to me was extremely low, and for that reason I had chosen not to get vaccinated. Yeah, people back in those days, people were saying, do you know what, in the future people like you could be in big demand, and with that in mind, have a look at this.
What? Say what? Say what? Say what? What? Say what? Say what?
Okay, so I have to say I'm pretty sure this is a bit of a piss take, but nevertheless, advertised on the back of the car there, unvaxxed sperm, $3,500 a load. Not sure I really believe there would be any demand for that, but there we go. That's what's advertised. This next image is obviously making reference to the flag of the EU, but instead of stars we have got hands grasping for help, and the caption underneath basically says that the EU, the economy in the EU in dollars represents about 65% of the size of the American economy. 10 years ago in 2013, it was more like 91%. So essentially, this is suggesting that the EU has become impoverished, and that their economy is almost a third of, it's almost 2/3 of what it used to be, or indeed that the US economy has grown to such an extent that it has outpaced the EU. There is no explanation actually given as to why there is this differential, but yeah. Guys, I'm going to be ending shortly, but before I do, here's another little funny for you. Well, sorry, I say it a little funny. I suppose it's funny to me, but it's not necessarily funny if you are living there and having to dodge the polar bears. Guys, that is pretty much it for this evening here on YouTube. I hope I pulled that off without falling foul of anything I shouldn't have said. And I'm just actually trying to find my little link for Telegram. It's here somewhere. There we are. So yeah, just a reminder, I will be back on Telegram in the morning at 6, so from 6 until 6:30 tomorrow. Sorry, I've put up the wrong image there. That one is incomplete, but it's just that that's the picture for the channel. The channel on Telegram, of course, is t.me/CheapSkateStreamer. That looks a bit better now. t.me/CheapSkateStreamer. As I say, I'll be there from 6 in the morning for half an hour or so. And if you are able to, please join me then. If not, I should be online roughly around 9:30 on Telegram. However, that is probably going to be more difficult for me because tomorrow I am working until about 9, so it could be quite a struggle to get back on time and to get started on that, but I will do my level best. If you're able to and you're interested in doing so, please consider joining me then. And in the meantime, guys, thank you for watching if you have been. And I'm going to call it a night, and as I say, back in the morning. Thanks for watching. Have a great end to your Monday, and see you at 6 a.m. if you're free.